our talk today. Let's welcome our first speaker, Mr. Hil Farid, our co-advisor, for a brief speech about his vision of the club.
Assalamualaikum to Professor Farid and all Destrier and all SAE members. Thank you.
Mr. Hil Farid, are you there?
Oh, can you hear me? Is it clear? Oh, sekejap. Ada banyak sangat repetitive. Apa jadi ni? Hello?
Yes, proceed. Yeah.
Everyone's good?
Yeah.
Okay. So before I start, maybe there is some confusion. What is Destrier suddenly, right? So before 2020, from 2015 to 2019, actually SAE is also known with a second name, which is Destrier Racing, because we are very focused on the go-kart. But in 2019, we aligned ourselves and we concluded that we centralized and renamed ourselves as SAE, and the name of Destrier we converted into as Alumni Group. So basically, everyone who graduate from SAE UTM will be joining Destrier Racing, which is a community involving all alumni of SAE UTM. Sorry, Noratira, I can hear double. Thank you so much. So, what is it SAE really is? Can you go to next? So what is SAE UTM really is? So firstly, we need to understand that we are not the really 100% a society of automotive engineer as how SAE Malaysia and SAE International, but we adhere to their program. We follow their program, because if we are really directed with their brand, with their name, with their rules, then we are 100% under their supervision. Then everyone should be SAE members and register for about $35 every members. And we also supposed to have a gain financial support. But then we are just a student which adhere to their program. So like currently, I'm registered under SAE International. At least one person from SAE UTM must register at least. But of course, I really appreciate if anyone want to register SAE International. There will be free classes, international certificates. You can just continue joining if you want. So the next, just click next. So just like I said, we follow SAE and MARI programs. MARI is Malaysia Institute Automotive, Robotic and IoT Malaysia. Basically, another body of automotive besides SAE. SAE is quite like independent to governance of Malaysia. And then we have our own direction as Student Club. Instead of just following SAE International or SAE Malaysia or MARI, we have our own activities. So the next slide, please. So what are the type of projects? So there's three types of project. The first, just like I mentioned, we adhere to SAE Malaysia and International. Where SAE Malaysia, we do MAVEC. We want every single year join MAVEC. And then we follow SAE International program, which is called A World in Motion, which we name it as School Attack. Basically, A World in Motion is a school attack, but only focus in the United States. So basically, we are trying to transfer what they have done in US and try to practice in Malaysia while also applying Instack. Instack is a program of school attack which have been done by Shafi'i, who is Destrier in our meeting right now. And then the second project is projects that we also join projects that from another organization, maybe Shell Eco Marathon or Camp Eca. That makes us become the students club, because we adhere to SAE International in Malaysia, but then we also have our own direction. And then we have our own projects. We have SolidWorks, Arduino, and Python workshop. We make conference, we make SAE talk, and then we can even have open project by Destrier or the president. So basically, president also have their own direction, what project they want to do for SAE UTM. And even if Destrier, they have another project they want to propose to SAE UTM, they can go for it, because you got to remember that Destrier came from SAE. These people are people who are enthusiasts in vehicles, in many of things, which also can we have a common interest. So we go to the next slide. So firstly, about projects, it must be a sustainable project. Every project that we must do must have a potential, must have a value that can further to become a business, at least. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're going to do business, but anyone here who can see that the project can continue, he wants to become a founder, go for it. You can just continue. Just talk to us and just continue. Because the first thing we want to teach our student about managing resource rather than just depend on people. We want to make sure that the student just does not think about yourself. You just need, oh, I want to study and do cars. No, it's not about that. You got to remember in life, when you want to go to work, it's about how you want to benefit the company. It's about them. It's never been about you. Of course, you want to make yourself, you want to build yourself, but you got to remember what is the most important thing. It's about your customer, it's about your client, it's about the company that you work with. So the next slide will be just okay. So it's a hard way to learn. A potential business are the one which its outcome benefit people. So if you want to take money from UTM, we want to do projects, we want to do go-kart, for example, we want to take money from UTM. Can I have like 1,000 money? We make a proposal. You must actually think how to return to UTM. Is it in terms of cash, in terms of fame, in terms of market? There's a lot of things that we need to turn in a win-win situation. It's teaching ourselves about how to benefit their clients. So it doesn't mean UTM actually. Basically, if you want to do any projects, you want to ask for sponsorship from any automotive companies or marine companies, we must think how to benefit them first. That's what whatever that project we want to do, we must remember that is the strongest thing that we need to think first. So so we can go to the next slide. So anything that project that we do, we must think what it benefit to the people, company, or anything. So, but the question is, what is it for Destrier, right? What is it for Destrier? So we look one by one. Why is it important to have a Destrier when we join SAE UTM and then graduate and have a Destrier? So next slide, we focus on focusing the whole project. Destrier able to make their own business with SAE UTM. For example, they can make CATIA workshop, CFD workshop, whatever that they are designing softwares or skills that they earn from the company, they can come to UTM and make workshops. In other words, cari duit tepi. For international, finding a bit of cash for yourself, but in terms of business lah, you can come to UTM, can have an entrepreneurship talk. For example, if you open your own company and then you come to UTM, you give talk about entrepreneurship, there is a chance that you want to recruit maybe some potential students who want to join you. That is because my talk right now is more towards after graduates. So, and then what open individual or low cost industrial project. So basically, SAE UTM is there. When you graduate, you are still connected to SAE UTM. You can still provide, you can still give them some projects or anything. So SAE UTM kind of provide manpower, and Destrier, as a graduate, you can lead the project or give financial support, for example. An example for that robotic hydroponic system. Actually, I did ask some of the SAE members for their if they want to join me to do hydroponic system robotic, but then I delayed the project because maybe it comes to next year. For example, that is example. Me myself as SAE UTM 2015 graduated. I see myself as Destrier, even though I'm still in SAE UTM. I giving opportunities to students of SAE UTM to do projects with financial support, and this able to link to final year project or system design, because this is such a good opportunity for, I think, for the students, because to be frank, all of you are going to study like mechatronic, system design, final year project. I got to be realistic. There are projects that you need to fork out your own money. So it's very, very a good opportunity to not use your own money, and it's supported. At the same time, the project is something that is prolonged. It's not just doing your syllabus and then it ends there. So next slide. And so we focus and then into Destrier, continuous business relationship in terms of the big project by organizers. So the next, so we see MAVAC. MAVAC is a project which involves automotive robots and involves optimization algorithm. For students, they might no, don't next yet. Okay, sorry. For students who are new, might not really understand about optimization algorithm, but maybe for those Destrier, maybe they understand. And of course, I'm in research right now. I'm doing my PhD in optimization also, and of course, I know that Prof. Farid, of course, know what is optimization. So basically, this language, this algorithm are embedded inside autonomous robot actually do practice in cobot. Okay, next. Cobot is actually a robot that in the manufacturing system is 5 degrees of freedom to lean their business process, their production control. And then we have autonomous system. So next, for example, Shahdan have worked in DF automation. This is a very good example. They make a robot that move around the factories. There's a lot of things that the robot do. So it involves MAVAC, the concept of MAVAC. And then next, for example, and the most easy is like vacuum cleaner robot. It's just very like directly applied. So you can see that this project actually can go more than doing a robot, if you can see really that far. So that's why if we connect with Destrier, they from the industry, they might see, okay, oh, this MAVAC project actually can do more than what the student doing right now, for example. So next. So then we see school attack. We have a wall emotion or instack. We do prototypes of for students to learn. It become a new teaching method, student-centered. It's not teacher to students. It's not about teacher teaching and then the student just absorb without knowing anything, without understanding. So, and then we have the prototypes. We make prototypes. And this, in terms of companies that are outside, they are actually in UTM itself. Next, UTM itself have a company called as HF Robotics. The company make their own sumo robot and sell it to teachers. And next, we have a really good example. In Skuda itself, they have a tuition, My Robot, teaching coding and all that stuff about robot. And we can see that it's already in business already, that you can actually extend how this project actually can be done. So you can see that this project have a return, but it's just a matter of how you push it. So next slide. So again, what is it for Destrier? For Destrier who joined this program, it's a returnist to research. It is very hard, to be frank, it is very hard to continue postgrad without knowing lecturers. If you have no knowledge about lecturers, you don't have that network. In the next 10 years, you want to continue your study, you actually can already have that network with SAE UTM to reach all lecturers from ADC, from Locomotive, or from Dr. Farid research team, for example. So that is actually already a plus that you gain that first information. And then Destrier able to join and extend projects, even and propose project to SAE UTM. So SAE UTM as a wing for Destrier to collaborate projects with UTM. So basically, that's right. If you already graduated and you have ideas to continue, maybe you don't have any manpower, but your idea is there, you can come to SAE UTM and propose. Why not doing this? Why not doing that? It's a testing ground for Destrier members. And we got to remember, when I say Destrier members, it's also SAE UTM students, because Destrier members are actually alumni. You are everyone SAE UTM students right now, first year, the next 5 years is going to be Destrier members. Also, I'm talking about all of us. So, and then as a Destrier members, you can recruit students. When you involve with SAE UTM, you can recruit students. Okay, this particular guy right here, really good in leadership. I want him to become a department. I want his department or your company. So maybe there's some business exchange. So next, so what is it for SAE with Destrier? More workshops SAE UTM to conduct, new projects with financial support, not in terms of new project with financial support by means the new project will be connected with that particular individual who wants to invest, and then network from individual from various industry from alumni. For example, we are from SAE, but just like those already mentioned, one of the work in SOCA, another work in civil, for example, and then we have projects joined by young engineers could potentially extend according to demand. And of course, just like I mentioned before, graduate and absorb into a community in Destrier Racing. All of you after this going to graduate and join Destrier Racing. Everyone have a common interest. Of course, we have the engineering, the IEM, for example. That is professional development. But to have a common interest is not an easy part. So lecturers build their network with their fellow young engineers. For lecturers, for Dr. Farid, for Dr. Azman, they can build, because we are alumni, we are students, future engineers, we are always connected with the lecturers. Sorry if I go so far because I don't actually have much time. So next slide, please. So in terms of short, what does I get from SAE UTM? They can extend projects, they can have academia network, and then they can find potential business partners. And what does SAE get from Destrier? Extra projects. Any potential students who want to pitch, who want to extend their projects, they can, who want to find people from Destrier who want to invest with him, go for it. They can have industrial network and of course expertise sharing session, for example. So next slide, sorry. So being a Destrier staff, now I'm going to focus only on Destrier, not SAE. Being a Destrier, when you graduate, join a Destrier. So what is the benefit in this just one group? So you have, firstly, being a workforce, you have network with other industry. You can reach senior engineers right now, just like Shafi is already a technical engineer right now in sorry, what the company? I forgot the company. And then you might be a supporting startups. For example, you in Destrier have somebody who opened their own workshop, car workshop. You can actually support their car workshop. And then finally, you can also ask if there's job vacancy when you together. It's about sharing the network and then the connection. I think this is really, really clear when you have a network of engineers talking together about work. And then in terms of people who are potentially who wants to become a businessman, or for example, they can exchange business card, find potential share partner, and they can have their business network really, really, really clear. So how we want to manage this? Basically, we make a meetup every single AGM. Like now, Destrier going to do their own reunion. Every time Destrier have their reunion, the next, for example, like maybe in the in the evening, we can have a dinner with the Destrier, and then the next session will be AGM, for example. For this year, we just went online because of the pandemic of COVID. So the next year, we hope that this can be enhanced very, very big. The community is getting bigger. We can make it really, really official. So this is the vision which I, as a co-advisor, as a member of SAE UTM 2015, trying to implement to that benefit students, just not just inside university, but of course even after university, they can extend their project, for example. And being a Destrier, we have a common interest. For example, if you are a motorsport group or any racing group, you want to invite people for SAE UTM, please do so, because it is something that it's not that easy to have a group with a common interest. That's just one beautiful thing about having a group who enthusiasts about cars. Some of us are really, really into motorsport, and some of us only want to learn about cars. But in the end of the day, all of us are interested in vehicles. That is not easy to get. The community is not easy to join. So the next slide will be for Daniel Firdaus. This is my vision. So next one will be the president's vision. So go for it, Daniel Firdaus. Thank you everyone for listening. I'm so sorry if I go so fast, but I just have not have enough time. Thank you so much.